I'm in a hurry. I've got a very important phone call to make.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of the 20-Minute Freedom Project. I'm your host, Josh Lopez. And if you're here, you're probably like me, tired of the BS, grinding through life and business, looking for that real path to break free. It isn't something like that self-help fluffy show or some polished corporate talk. It's raw, real, and straight from my journal to your ears. We're talking personal reflections, no excuses, mindsets, shifts, entrepreneur hustles, and self-help tools that'll actually work. Episodes drop 2 to 3 times a week. We're going to start out 2 episodes a week, and we're going to level up to 3 as we get going. And they're going to be roughly 20 minutes. Some are going to be shorter, some are going to be longer, because who has the time for hour-long rambles? So let's dive in. First off, who the hell am I? I'm a guy that has been through the ringer, grew up in the central Ohio area, watching my parents hustle blue-collar jobs, just keeping the lights on. And my mom decided to homeschool me, so I have that little bit different edge. And that definitely helped my entrepreneurship journey. And it planted that seed of hard work and getting stuff done. I wanted to do something that was different. I always thought my life was going to be a little bit more on the difficult side with the challenges that I was setting myself up for, with the outlook and businesses that I wanted to get to and the empire that I wanted to make. And it has definitely not been an easy road to go down. I got my start basically mowing lawns at the age of 12 for neighbors. I wanted something to do, and because my parents struggled at times, if I wanted something, I had to go out and get it. So there wasn't any silver spoon in my mouth. It was definitely a hard, you want something, you go get it. I graduated from that while doing all those lawns that I had a buddy that his dad was a general contractor, and he put me to work at the age of 14, from door to door, cleaning up after job sites, doing whatever he saw was needed, and he paid me for it. And after that, I kind of graduated into doing that, the mowing. I was fitness staff at the YMCA, so I trained people, and I worked membership desk, and it was just one heck of a challenging time at times, because you're basically jumping from one thing to the next and to the next, no time in the middle. I went to college for a little bit. I decided that wasn't really for me. And from there, I actually jumped into more of a sales warehouse assistant buyer for an irrigation company. And then I jumped into door-to-door sales, like full-fledged. That's all I did. It was one heck of a challenge, and it taught me a lot. And from there, I went and started a lawn care company, full on, with a partner. And that did okay for a little while. And then the partnership soured. And when that partnership soured, it was just a matter of time before that business was going to go down the drain. So we split ways, and I would say actually for the better. He may not think so, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, after that, I decided to dabble in a couple different things, construction, lawn care, just little things, just trying to find where my path is going to head. And I had done things in marketing and sales and helping people, seeing the other side of where they needed to go and how they needed to do things. I had like this ability to actually see it in a different light than they saw it. So that led me to the consulting and marketing, which had bit me early. And I had set up the idea for a marketing consulting company probably before I started the lawn care company, because that's actually what I really wanted to do. But I wanted to get my feet wet more. Even though I'd been through so much and done so much, I wanted to get my feet wet, and I wanted to actually push through and give myself some more time under my belt to actually have the ability to prove what I can actually do. And so here we are now. I have a partner in this marketing, consulting, bookkeeping, strategy company that we have. And just like anything, it takes a little bit to get off the ground. But once you start getting the ball rolling, you start seeing things, seeing different directions to go, and being able to help more and more people make their dreams a reality with their business, because that's what they ultimately did. They wanted the freedom to be with their family, to make more money, and live the life that they always wanted to. So why start now? I've been listening to podcasts like the Ryan Niddell 15 Minutes to Freedom, which is an amazing podcast, and he actually lives not too far from me. And I really enjoyed the journal style, vulnerability, hard hits, makes you feel like you're not alone in all the chaos that you've been in. And it really hit home for me. And another one that I really, really like was the Andy Frisella MFCEO project, which is just pure fire. There's no BS rants on mindset, choosing the hard path, and just not being a bitch and just making it work. So I saw a gap to try to pull those two together with everything that I've been through and the difficulties that I've had and the lessons that I've learned, that I wanted to put this podcast together for you guys, so maybe it can hit home with somebody else, that they can help somebody else after they have learned that lesson, have implemented it in their life, and become the person that they've always wanted to be. And now we can say that there might be some quick fixes in things, but that's really not the case. You have to learn it. And if you don't learn it, you're going to be just going through that cosmic cul-de-sac of you have to be through this situation over and over and over again until you learn the lesson that was meant for you. Now, as difficult as it is for me to actually open up at times, we're going to take a time with every episode and open up some of my thoughts, feelings, things that I've learned, things that I can help someone else with, and be a little bit vulnerable, but also have that Andy Frisella no BS thing where it's hard hitting and sometimes you're not going to like it, but a lot of times when you hear something that you don't like, oftentimes it's really that you need to hear it and you need to learn from it, and you know it's true, but you really don't want to actually go through that. Now, let me get personal for a sec. A few years back, I hit rock bottom. Business was tanking. Personal life was in shambles. Think late nights, questioning everything, not sure where to go. And one night I was journaling out, and the thought was, What if I stop chasing the success is hard and start chasing the freedom that I ultimately wanted? And is when you bring that success into the realm of your life, success will follow. It's not an easy thing to go through, but it's worth it in the end. So that was a complete game changer. It led to rebuilding or starting to work more on the health side, even though at times that can be a challenge because you get so busy and wrapped up in everything that's going on in a day-to-day life that the health falls away. But if you don't have your health and your longevity, you can have all the money in the world, but think of someone in your life that has been diagnosed with something that is very, very, very difficult to go through because they didn't take care of their health. They would give anything possible to have their health back and be able to do those things that they used to be able to do. Now, that's also taking into a fact that if they're not just making up a bunch of excuses and being like, oh, the world has dealt me a tough life. No, you have made your life tough by the choices that you made on a day-to-day basis, and that has led you to here. Excuse me. So I know that entrepreneurship, especially now, you see all the glamour and the money and the Lambos. Well, that is nice. It is not all about that. Ultimately, is the freedom. You don't want to actually be that millionaire. You want the freedom that millionaire lifestyle gives you. Now, I'm not saying that you should not shoot for that nice house or that Lambo or that other nice car that you really want. I'm saying that you should remember, though, that it is a means to an end. Because once you get that Lambo or that house, you can be like, okay, that's nice, but what's next? You're always chasing the next thing. So you want to have those goals. You want to have those things that you are shooting for, but you also have to relook at your goals when you're getting close to it and actually reset them up so you're not getting stuck. Because once you get to that point, you're going to be like, what's next? I don't know. I got everything I ever wanted. So what am I going to do now? But that's the vibe here, really. Telling you like it is. I'll rant about some things if I'm specifically fiery that day in particular. I'm not always that way, but there can be times that it is just, I'm going to let it out. I will talk about my wins, my fails, drop business tactics, things that can help you, like systems that you can help scale, mindset hacks, and tie it to self-help that sticks. We're not saying this is woo-woo. We're saying these are actual things that you can do to get you unstuck. In future episodes, you can expect things like overcoming fears and things that might keep you playing small, why choosing the hard path is actually the way to go and why it pays off, the keys to happiness in the hustle, which sometimes when you're in the trenches of it, you really can't see it, but it's there. You just have to look for it. You have to look for the diamond in the rough. We'll evolve as we go episode to episode, maybe bring on some guests who've walked the walk, answer some questions, but keep it completely authentic. Kind of like my stumbling there, and this isn't edited or cut, is done in one freaking take. So If you're feeling the fire, hit subscribe. Share this with someone that resonates with it, or someone that you think would resonate with it, or is needing a pick-me-up. And here's your challenge for the first episode. And I want you to pull the journal out or notepad on your phone. I don't care how you do it, as long as you do it. Journal one thing holding you back today. Own it. Figure out how you're going to get past it. Then crush that thing that's holding you back. And thanks for tuning in. Let's build real freedom together. Catch you guys in the next one.